let you kids get to bed. I get the storybook.
7-foot-tall Steph Curry, a G.K. David movie story.
The Golden State Warriors, once a dominant force in the NBA, started this season with an unprecedented 37 consecutive losses, the most being 28 up until this time. News outlets and social media platforms erupted in harsh criticism, drawing comparisons to the pre-championship days when the team was regarded as one of the worst in the league. Steph Curry, aging and frustrated, found his iconic three-point shooting skills faltering under the weight of father time. Doubt seeped in as his performance steadily declined, and the team struggled to regain its footing. The relentless media attacks affected the entire Warriors team. But, as the supreme leader of the organization, Steph took the brunt of the criticism. Once heralded as the greatest shooter in NBA history, he is now portrayed as a player past his prime. Social media erupted with memes and TikToks criticizing the mild-mannered man, speculating that Curry's era may be over. Despite the Warriors finishing the season with 35 wins, the team failed to make the playoffs, and talk of the Warriors' fall from grace dominates the offseason. Curry's confidence waned, and he felt the pressure to reinvent himself. The light-skinned ball god spent the offseason reflecting on what went wrong. His once deadly three-point shot became inconsistent, and his physical limitations as a 6'2" shooting guard became glaring against a league of rising giants. Curry, always a cerebral player, hatched a bold plan. After seeing some unknown guy from Atlanta pay a Greek surgeon to take him from 5'5" to 6 feet, he became fixated on the idea that increasing his height and wingspan might give him the physical edge he needed to dominate his sports once again and compete at the highest level. After researching experimental surgeries, he decided to reach out to the same doctor in Greece who operated on the Atlanta guy. This doctor specialized in height-lengthening procedures and had successfully completed 214 of them to date. Determined to regain his dominance, Steph arranged a secret trip to Greece, paying $5 million for the doctor to increase his height by 14 inches, taking him from 6'2" to making him 7'4". The surgery was a grueling process, involving the insertion of metal rods into Steph's legs and arms to extend his height and wingspan. His recovery was long and painful, but he remained focused on the end goal, becoming a new breed of player, one capable of matching the likes of Victor Wembanyama, Joel Embiid, and others. Despite the risks and physical toll, Curry emerged from the surgery taller and with an 8-foot wingspan, ready to take on the next NBA season. The new NBA season began, and the world was shocked by the sight of a 7'4" Steph Curry stepping onto the court. His transformation was met with awe, curiosity, and skepticism. Fans and analysts alike wondered if this version of Curry can still shoot with the precision that made him a legend. Steph silenced his critics immediately, averaging a staggering 45.3 points per game with a 96% three-point average. His combination of newfound height and his signature shooting touch made him an unstoppable force on the court. The Warriors, revitalized by their towering superstar, stormed through the regular season, and Curry was rewarded the league MVP. However, despite his personal success, the Warriors fell short in the finals, losing to the Dallas Mavericks in 6 games. As the next season approached, Steph's body began to break down. The metal rods implanted during his surgery started to come loose, causing excruciating pain. What the doctor didn't tell him was that the height surgery wasn't meant to be used to exert so much physicalness, which was required to play 82 games in the NBA. The patient from Atlanta had his surgery 2 years before Steph's, but he was living life painlessly due to working as at-home computer programmer who never stressed out his new limbs. During a game against the New York Knicks, Curry attempted a powerful dunk, but disaster struck. His legs buckled under the pressure, and his arm, weakened by the surgery, failed to support the motion. He crashed to the floor in agony, his once great body now betraying him. The injury was catastrophic, marking the beginning of the end of Curry's career. His gamble to extend his prime had pushed his body beyond its limits. In the aftermath of the injury, Curry reflected on his decision to undergo the height-lengthening surgery. While it had given him a brief resurgence and another MVP, it ultimately cost him his career. The basketball world was left to debate Curry's legacy. Was his transformation a sign of desperation, or a bold move that pushed the boundaries of what an athlete could achieve? Steph, now retired, struggled to come to terms with his choices, wondering if the price he paid was worth the fleeting success. He retired from the NBA, his body forever changed by the surgery that once promised to extend his greatness. The media once again focused on him, this time with a mix of reverence and pity. Though his career ended in tragedy, Steph is remembered as a revolutionary player who changed the game forever. His final season, while marred by injury, remains a testament to his competitive spirit and determination to stay at the top, even in the face of insurmountable odds.